Right, I have terrible anxiety issues. I've had it for years, ever since I was a kid. And I tried to stream for the first time ever. You know, that fear that if you start something like streaming, you'll immediately mess it up and embarrass yourself. Well, when I went live, everything immediately exploded. Over the years, I've made a lot of progress trying to grow out of my shell. I tried talking to streamers in chats. I tried commenting on YouTube videos, or I even tried playing VR chat. Only to hide behind rocks on the map because I'm too shy to interact with people. I had some wins, like making YouTube videos. Turns out that's a lot easier than most of the other stuff. But overall, my journey has been slow and steady, and I feel like this all culminated into the big boss finally deciding to try streaming. And boy, what a boss it was. Now, there's a lot of advice on the internets on what to do to stream, and let me tell you, not a single one really prepares you for the absolute horror of all your fears coming true literal moments after pressing the go live button. But let's rewind a little bit so I can ramp up the context slider. I've been curious about streaming for a while now, and eventually I happened on a Ludwig advice video. It just kinda made me go, maybe I should try. So I decided to prepare to stream. And here came the first real challenge. The tech setups that nobody explains. See, the advice is always, just go live. And that's kind of bull. It's also kind of true, but it's kind of bull. For instance, you have to connect OBS to Twitch so you can get your chat and your stream info into your OBS. Otherwise, it's a lot harder to find your chat. Or how about how to connect your stream elements, or even what is stream elements? Because it's one of the options for controlling your followers and subscriber notifications, all the overlays and stuff. And also naturally has some super good looking animated scene overlays you can just add to OBS to look like a pro streamer. Or so I thought. This happened to be my first mistake. See, you absolutely want the overlay notifications, but the cool animated scenes, well, let's just say during stream, they had a big hand in my pain. Oh, another thing I learned is you can't have redeems if you're not affiliate, which already bummed me out like crazy. After all of this, I put streaming off worse than a dad who left for milk trying to come home. I procrastinated for 2 weeks after this, just because I was absolutely terrified of the go live button. It was like the detonator to the underwear I'm currently wearing. One wrong move and boom. But finally, after weeks, on what I designated as stream day, exactly 12 hours later than when I decided to stream, I went live for the first time. Now, in the Ludwig video I watched, he made a new account and he started from 0 to see if it's all luck. And he streamed for like 5 hours to exactly 0 viewers. That was my hope and expectation. I wanted to pretend it was a YouTube video. I wanted no human interaction. As a person with anxiety worse than a chihuahua when you sneeze too loud, this was alright by me. I can grow at my own pace. I immediately had 2 viewers. Not lurkers, shatters. I froze, stuttered, and I had to take a moment to get my bearings. And as luck would have it, this is where things fell apart. You see, I was too overwhelmed by the chat, so I made the wise choice of going to the game I'd be playing. You know, keep talking to a minimum and get the content rolling, which crashed immediately. My stream got laggy, relaunching had the same effect. This is also where I noticed that my mic sounds like a budget Bane trying to sell you roids. Trying to exit the game's full screen equals more crashes, leaving me to alt-tab out the game to change scenes, minimizing the screen in the process, which left all my viewers with black screens, leading to the scruffiest setup ever. But after closing all that I could and not messing with the screen sizes anymore, I could sort of start to play. I already lost one viewer during this, and to top this explosion of scuff diarrhea, my VTuber model stopped working, and I had to try changing how it's captured. And I actually accidentally added a video capture device as a source instead of Sprout Capture, leaking my face to that one viewer. Thank frick I didn't know what VODs are, and also that I did, after all, decide to wear pants that day. Luckily for me though, wasn't all bad. While I was having a nuclear level panic attack, the chatter actually not only followed, but spent nearly 4 hours with me, chatting it up, offering advice to my tech issues, putting me in the zone. And I flowed through this crumbling stream till I reached the 4-hour mark, 3.5 more hours than I actually planned on streaming. One person really does make a huge difference. I left with a new follower and a mission to eradicate the scuff. I immediately went into a research panic, not wanting to relive this crazy, terrifying experience ever again. I aimed to optimize everything. Turns out my cool Stream Elements overlays are super PC intensive. So I revamped my whole stream, made my own overlays, got myself my own backgrounds, everything simplified. But while these were all very important fixes, the reasons I was doing them were all wrong. I was actively using this as an excuse not to go live. I procrastinated harder than a kid forced to do homework. Another 2 whole weeks gone, no streams. But I pulled my shit together and came back again. Another stream. This one better than the last by far. I had a chatter that tried to sell me art, but then stayed for a bit afterwards. FYI, this happens nearly every stream. Some poor artist just comes into chat, follows, and then tries to offer their services. Naturally, I'm poor as heck, so I say no in as nice as a manner as I can, and then they leave. Also, when you check your followers, they are not there. Just a fair warning, cause this threw me for a loop, and as a person who finds it hard to say no, this was scary. Artists try real hard to milk new streamers for business. But they are nice, and it's not pushy, so it's not that bad, and they do give you a chance to chat with someone other than yourself, which is a bonus. Around 2 hours of the best stream ever, and I hear a buzzing noise, and my tracking fails. My phone, which is also my webcam, was charging via USB. It died from battery, and no matter what I did, I could not get my tracking back. The sheer panic I felt was so overwhelming I ended stream. But this kinda hit a life lesson I have yet to learn. Everything breaks constantly, and your skill at adapting is what evolves with time and experience. Of course, I procrastinated again, another few days, but this time I got annoyed at myself. Annoyed at the half stream, I decided to go live again to fix the bad karma. And next time I went live, I had bots set up for spam control, I had cool commands I made myself, and more importantly, I have my phone attached to a power bank for charging and a cheap, shitty USB camera at the ready in case of another phone dying scenario. The 4th and 5th streams were still harsh, but a lot better. And now, I can successfully hold the stream for as long as I want. My 5th stream was a full 7 hours. I had people coming in all the time. My favorite streamer found my channel and showed up to chat. And now going live is actually a lot easier. To the point I kind of find it addicting. I don't really have a schedule yet, but I pop up every 2 or 3 days. And this isn't some miracle I suddenly have a huge chat and viewership video. I'm still very small. I have streams that are just empty. Mostly, this video is to show you that anxiety is something that can be overcome. And not making streaming this huge event in your head is the way to go. The key takeaway here is you are allowed to suck. You can have bad audio, you can have a constantly failing stream, because these things teach you, they prepare you, and in the end, they're the little issues you will solve as time goes on. The first chatter I had literally made me freeze, but now I interact. I'm still awkward as heck, I'm improving each stream, and I felt like sharing this experience to any who would listen. If it was a little boring or not hypey enough, I am sorry, I am actually really sick currently. But I don't know, if I can do it, you definitely can do it better. So just go live or something, just do it. Just do it. Anyways, thank you for watching.